And they can be pretty annoying,
Yeah, later on in the game they can waste a lot of time.
especially in low percent. But it's way later in the run, you will see.
And then right here is the first intentional damage boost. Nailed it. And then here's a room full of rats. Oh boy.
Too much rats in that room.
Jump over the Lancer to save frames. And then the room with the Exploud strats. Jump when you land.
The explode
Easy every
strat.
time. There's actually a lot of frame savers we could be going for by jumping off platforms early, but we don't. And now we're coming up on the first real boss of the game, which is King Knight.
What is interesting with that boss, it's actually the easiest boss of the game, but for a speedrun's perspective, it's actually one of the hardest to execute. Like, you have very precise jump to do, some puggles are a bit weird to land, but well,
Gold
it goes
split.
pretty fast. Gold split you did? Oh man.
Yeah, by 0.3.
0.3. Oh.
Yeah, Shovel Knight low percent is a bonus game at SGDQ. I am the runner for that as well. And then this enemy on the map can move up to 4 spaces, and sometimes he can block you, so you just have to hope that he doesn't. Luckily he was nice this time. And then in this level, the Lich Charge, the main enemies are these frogs, which I just jumped over one, and they don't annoy you if they're asleep, but if they're awake, they are a nightmare, because they are completely
Yes.
random.
Yeah, some of them are awake from the beginning, so...
A lot of these early levels, it's just hold right and jump through some easy rooms. And then there's tricks like that skeleton or this frog pogo.
Spectre Knight is actually a hard stage compared to, I'm gonna say, King Knight.
Yeah,
You have some more stuff to do, you have more one-hit KO stuff like holes, spikes.
yeah. I sometimes wonder if this level wasn't supposed to be one of the later levels.
Yeah, I guess it could have been.
And then this platform I'm
And-
standing on right now will lower as long as there's 2 of something on it. And the dark rooms are all just muscle memory. They basically play out the same every time. Except for this one with these frogs. The frogs, like I said earlier, are random. So if he jumps left, that's good. But if the top frog jumps right, he can waste even more time by moving the platform lower. Ah yes, this is an indie game. It was made by Yacht Club Games. I'm doing an old strat here, that's okay, it's safer. Not by much, but... And then we have one more long dark room. Damage boost off the frog. Move through the second frog with invincibility frames. And then you just line up jumps. Easy every time.
Yeah. You have to go at least fast enough to get the first cycle of that platform, or you will have to wait for it, so yeah.
Yeah, that's why we damage boost through the frogs.
Yep. It's not necessary to damage boost through them, but it makes things faster and lets you get more money for any percent.
Yeah. Spectre Knight's
Like
first
you-
teleport is always to the opposite corner. After that, it's random.
And you can thanks Boosta for that.
Yeah. So luckily that second teleport, I was very lucky that he went back to the bottom left. And now there's the first of the 3 unskippable dreams. And basically in these, Shield Knight will appear at the top of the screen and fall, and you have time to kill enemies and gain gold, but since I don't need any of the gold, and even in any percent we don't need the gold, it's faster to just die, but try and land under her, because even though you're dead, you can still catch her. And you'll know if you caught her because you'll hear a certain sound.
Yeah, some
Oh,
kind of
skeletons.
schling. Is Twitch dead again?
These
Seriously?
skeletons, man,
Yeah.
they're trolls.
Sometimes they just troll you. We pretty much use all the time the same setup, but they just sometimes they just don't want to hit you. They go back and they go forth and back, and yeah, you just lose time because just want to troll you.
And good Duck Knight. Thanks, buddy. So this level,
Yeah.
the Explodatorium, is based entirely on global cycles. So the first few rooms matter for later parts of the level, but if you mess something up, later parts can actually be easier. So there's an interesting trade-off there. In any percent, we actually found a way to beat the platform cycle and keep up with it,
And
but
yeah,
it's impossible in low percent.
it's a pretty stupid one actually.
Gonna do the old strat. And I got the right cycle, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you mess up one thing, only one thing, you don't get that cycle. You
Gonna
have
wait
to be
right
perfect.
here. Oh, I died. That sucks.
Oh.
I went back too far on one of the pot lids when I didn't need to.
Oh. Yeah. I see.
I didn't even break the block. Wow. Rip.
Things happens, I guess.
Well, I wanted to play it safe, and I shouldn't have.
Sometimes you want to go safe, but you shouldn't because you are so much used to the fastest way that, well, you end up
Yeah.
missing the easiest one.
It's okay though, it's like maybe 20 seconds lost. You can actually pogo through this long room with the slimes. I think it's slightly faster to just jump and then wait for the bird rather than pogoing everything, but I'm not entirely sure. This mini boss takes 23 hits to kill.
And it's nearly impossible to one cycle that boss in low percent. I don't
Yeah.
even know if it's possible.
It is possible, but it's easier to do it from the left, and even then you need good potion RNG. Because
Yeah,
you can
that's
hit
right.
back the red potions, and they'll actually arc back toward him. The green ones will just bounce straight up. Screwed up ladder skip a little, but I still got it. I still saved more time than I would have if I had to go through the whole room.
Yeah, the ladder skip is I'm gonna say that it's a pretty recent skip.
Yeah, it's recent,
That
and
was-
it's also very risky.
Yeah,
If you
that
don't
was
jump in the right place, you get knocked right into a pit.
that was actually found by I don't remember who found that, but I know Captain Drake was the first using it.
That was actually discovered by Taiwan
Taiwan, all
with
right,
Phase Locket, and then
just right.
Busta, he showed Busta, and then Busta showed Engage, and then Engage showed Drake.
Yeah, right. And then we were like, we should find a way to do it in low percent. Well, actually, it's also like that. Challenge us to do it. And I found a way to do it, and then Busta found a way to do it better. So now we are at that point with the ladder skip, and it's actually the same version in 80%. It's the exact same one.
And then Plague Knight can be really random,
Yes.
but You can manipulate him if you know how to do it right.
The thing you're always sure about is going to jump over you. After that, he will do 1 jump, 1 to 3 jumps. He will do a big jump or not. We don't know. So yeah.
Yeah.
He can be annoying.
Another map enemy spawns after you beat Plague, and he can actually block you on your way to the water level.
Yeah.
So instead, I go to this cave level, the Lost City.
Lost City. Erase is a very technically it's faster to do to go to the Treasure Knight stage first and then to Lost City. But since Raze is very RNG heavy, it's fastest to go there most of the time. And now you're gonna see the skip that's pretty hard to do, called the Steve skip.
Yeah, this
Or the
bird is
Beetle
named
skip.
Steve.
Because you actually use the bird that is caged between the dirt and the blocks
Thanks,
to
Steve. What a guy.
pogo at some point. It's actually the same thing that the Plague Knight early cycle. If you mess it up once, you are done, and there is a backup, but it's not consistent to get it. So
Yeah.
I actually don't know why mine is consistent. I don't know because I'm using the same setup, but I guess it depends on the speed or something. Oh, you got the bird hit. That's nice. That's also a nice thing to know that when you hit an enemy, some of them will push you back and some of them won't.
They're probably up there.
And the birds, well, don't we know it's actually a bird or something, just a head of a bird that's flying around.
Yeah.
Don't push you back so you can hit them and go through them with the iframes of the enemy.
Yeah, and then that part with the slimes, they just randomly move, so unfortunately they moved right where I needed them to not go.
The best way that part to go is to you damage boost on them and you kill the 2 of them at the same time. That's the best way it could go, but
2
well,
bounces,
he got trolled.
save 2 seconds.
Oh, nice. That's actually not easy to do as well. We have, I don't know how much pixels it is, but it has to be close to pixel perfect. Not sure though. Probably like 2 or 3 pixel. You can jump off that platform to get the 2 bounces. But you have to jump. That's, Are you going to do the second Beetle skip or not?
No, I'm doing the safe Kelbesk setup.
Yeah. There is a skip there where you can jump off the Beetle very early and then pogo out of one of those 2 birds.
Yeah, you can
Usually
actually...
it's the one on the left.
You can beat the beetle entirely.
Yeah. But it's very risky and you will... And if you're unlucky, you actually lose more time than... Because if the bird is not going to where you want him to go, you will lose more time than just doing it the normal way, actually. So, yeah. Wow. I have been having a lot of trouble with Twitch today. Oh, here we go.
Okay, Rise still did not block me, that's good. Sometimes he can go right down to the actual level spot on the map and completely block you from entering the level.
Yeah, he actually did block me earlier today. I was playing Shovel Knight, he blocked me on the Treasure Knight stage. I was like, Raze, seriously? Because yeah, that guy is called Raze. It's one of the optional bosses, you don't have to fight him in any category but 100%.
Yeah.
We actually have all bosses low percent category, but no one is running it.
Oh, turns out, speaking of that, you know Mr. Hat, you can actually do the Black Knight trick on him, and it works every time.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Anyway, about the Iron Whale, obviously there's floaty physics because I'm in the water. And you
It's
just saw me
actually not
reflect a
that-
projectile. And you can reflect or dissipate every projectile in the game, pretty much. Oh, sad day.
Yeah.
Big magic.
Oh yeah, I see. You got to hit there. Yeah.
Another big
There's
mistake.
there's a skip with those. Don't really know what it is. Tentacles thing. Oh, it just did there. You hit the first one, you pogo the second one, you damage boost on the third one to kill him because you have to hit the head of it, and then you just use the iframes to move on the spikes and hit the fourth one.
Yeah, and now we're
It's
fighting
pretty
420
precise.
fish. Well, we will
420
be.
fish, yeah.
We call him 420 fish because he's really slow. He can stop for like no reason. I mean, look at
Yeah,
that
we'll
face. He's just,
Yeah.
he's so high, and he takes 12
can-
hits to kill.
He can stop at the edge of the screen, and the screen will stop moving as well. So
One
you have
cycle.
to be very. You have to be very careful when you are doing it. Oh, you got a triple hit at the beginning.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Then hold
And
up right
for-
to damage boost off a Manta Ray.
Uh.
Jump when you get to the spikes. Don't blink, by the way.
Yeah, the next room is gonna be fast.
I hope you didn't blink.
Yeah, you actually, when you destroy that block on the wall, you can pogo out of the small rock that falls down, and yeah, that skipped the whole room. I guess it was intended by the developers, that one, I'm not sure though. But the next thing was not expected by the developers, I don't think. Like the encore skip.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Boy,
The first
hey,
one
get
he
out of my way.
missed. The first one he missed is very hard. It's like I don't know. You can't even settle it by not running. You have to run to get it.
Yeah,
so-
it has a visual cue. It's just really hard to get.
Yeah.
The rest are actually easier. You just have to jump at the right time.
Yep.
And then there's Treasure
And the
Knight.
next boss. Yeah.
Treasure Knight's-
Treasure Knight.
He's the hardest boss in low percent, in my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion as well, because it's the only boss where you will get hit very hard.
Yeah, he does a whole damage with his anchor, and he can move very randomly, like he can go up here to the top of the screen, which is where I don't want him to go. If you kill him at the top, he floats back down slowly and you have to wait. Oh yeah, I'm streaming using OBS to a custom server, I think, and then they're just recapturing that. And then here comes the next dream. It's the hardest one to die in because it has very few opportunities for you to take a whole heart of damage, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call them.
It's actually also RNG.
Yeah,
The knights, you want to get stabbed by the knights, pretty much. And the issue is that sometimes they just don't want, and they are going to wait a whole long time to just, oh, I'm gonna hit you. Yeah, can be long.
well I died quickly, but I don't think I caught her. Nope, that's okay though. I'm like a minute behind PB. And now we do the water level and the ice level in order. Probably the people's two least favorite types of levels in platformers. But the Stranded
Yeah.
Ship
Oh.
happens to be my favorite level in low percent just because it's the most active. But I might
Happens to
not
be
be
the hardest
talking
one, in
during
my
it.
opinion. Might be the hardest one for my. In my opinion, I think the Polar Knight stage, the Stranded Ship, is the hardest stage of low percent.
I agree.
I think so.
It
You
has
have
a lot
too
of
much
damage
stuff
boosts, a
happening.
lot of tight
Yeah.
jumps. There's no good places to get health.
Yeah, because places where you get health are either hidden or very far from where you want to go. So
Oh, I
There's
missed the
something-
first checkpoint room trick. I'll try
Oh.
again.
there's something called ice boosting in that stage, but it's not worth to go for it because if you miss it, you will lose more time.
Okay, I got it
like-
the second time.
3 or 4 times the time you would gain by doing it. So
Oh, what a stranded ship this is.
yeah, but that's a fun stage for low percent, and that's a stage you have to practice a lot.
Yeah, and then here you can hold left and not die to the spikes, but I'm a coward, so I'm gonna jump.
The setup is actually pretty simple. You just have to walk out the platform, and you will get it. But If you jump, you will die. By the way, you don't
Oh,
want
so
to
just
jump.
walk off after killing the dragon? That's what I will do then.
Yeah, you just have to walk off. If you jump, you will die from the spikes. That's
Yeah.
a very weird angle. So yeah, I don't know why it works that way, but well.
Then this platform shoots out these rainbows that you can stand on after you hit it.
We call that the puking statues. Makes
Yeah.
sense, I guess.
And unfortunately in low percent we need them. Because you basically
Yeah.
have to do everything kind of as intended, only really fast.
Yeah,
Ooh, let's
in
not
any
die to
percent,
the Vikings.
yeah, that would be nice. In any percent, you just have to use the flying dagger and you will get through the thing. But yeah, oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, that was a close one. Technically, what you have to do is you damage boost on the first Viking, then you pogo them, and the third Viking who is at the top will damage you, and you will go to the left. Oh, by the way, you should explain how works damage boosting on ladders.
Oh yeah, for damage boosting on ladders, Shovel Knight always gets damage boosted the opposite direction he's facing. So on ladders, if you want to be damage boosted a certain way, you just hold up, and like if I want to go left, I hold up right. And that always sends me to the left. And Xcloud is actually the one that figured that out, as far as I know.
I think, yeah. Actually, the skip you just did, like it's called the Explode ladder skip. I didn't invent that one. It was a Moonshot calling it like that. It's actually when I discovered that, but yeah, it's actually that's funny because it was like a very simple thing, and we discovered that like what 4 or 5 months after
Yeah.
the release of the game.
And then the Polar Knight boss is similar to Mole Knight in that you pass through him as you damage him and he doesn't hurt you at all. Except for the snowballs, those hurt.
Yeah. And Polar Knight will always do a half of the damage, but at some point he's making spikes appear on the ground, so you have
Yeah,
to be careful for
the
that
longer
one.
the fight goes, the more spikes will cover the ground.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
It was acceptable.
And yeah, low percent is most of the strats involves damage boosting, pretty
Yeah.
much.
And now we go to the Clockwork Tower, which is the Castlevania level.
And I call that level personally the RNG killing level because you will see after some point.
Yeah,
Do people remember the Medusa head in Castlevania? Well, they made something even worse than that in Shovel Knight.
yeah, they made me do
And
some
they are
missiles.
flying knives. Yeah, they're actually flying knives, from what Yaku Game says. We're always calling them missiles, but yeah.
But there's 2 rooms in this game, or in this level, where the game will just kill you if it wants to, and there's not really anything you can do about it. Which is why we'll be grabbing this next checkpoint.
Unless you really want to go slow, but that's not what we want to do.
Going slow.
Yeah.
In this room, the daggers spawn randomly, so I just have to hope one spawns in a good spot for me to damage boost.
Yeah, you can either get damage boosted or pogo from one. Technically, pogoing from one is faster, but you need very good RNG there. And yeah.
And this is the room I was talking about. I have no idea where the daggers will spawn. I've seen as many as 16 spawn in this room before at once. And yeah, luckily it was no problem that time. And here's an auto-scroller, so if we had donations, this would be a good time to do that. So instead, I'll just moonwalk. Oh, although there could be donation incentives. I could save the knights after boss rush. I will do that for $5. I could also show off one of the only glitches in the game, which unfortunately is useless for speedrunning, but yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to see those, donate $5.
There's actually a skip for that auto-scroller, but it's...
Yeah, well, if you have
Just
the
too
health
hard
to
to
go
do.
for the second part with this chomp,
Yeah.
it's worth
You need
it.
you need at least 2.5, at
Yeah.
least.
And then this knight
and-
will always stab and then jump, so you just try to lure him to his own death. Like a
Yeah,
nerd.
and what you have to do is actually use one of the chompy fairy things that want to bite you. and make him follow you on the spikes and damage boost on it all every time you have to get iframes back. And the issue with that is that if you grab health before doing it, it's not worth. Because it's like you gain what, like 5-6 seconds at best, at very best 5 seconds I would say. So it's not really worth if you have to take a health. So yeah.
This isn't slow percent? No, Azulag, it is not. Also, what's up, buddy? Azulag routed 100% for this game, and he's a very good strat finder. We're actually going to see one of his strats on this boss.
That's right.
And then I go dig up this dirt because I'm all about that money.
Yeah, we all need money. All the time. Especially in Shovel Knight. Ah yeah, we know.
Yeah, Vert's music is really good. The new music is also really good. Just take my word for that. And this is Tinker Knight, and this is the only time you will ever hear this boss theme.
Yeah, because we one-shot him in 80% with the mobile gear.
Yeah, he's a really random boss. He can fake you out by turning around really quickly. You just have to predict when he's gonna jump, when he's gonna do what.
What is funny is that I love to call that boss the hardest boss of low percent just because he's very heavy RNG. He's RNG heavy, but
he can waste so much time.
Yeah, he's actually not that hard, even without any item. But he can damage you for a lot of health. Like sometimes you get there with 4 health and you end up with maybe 1.5, like doing Chase right now. Because you don't know when he's going to throw his, don't know how to call that, his projectiles. You don't know when he's going to jump. You don't know when he's going to change his directions. So yeah, it's very random. And the Tekken tank has no RNG at all. That's funny to have a very RNG boss, and then the second phase is just execution. You just need to execute well, and you have pretty much all the time the same fight.
Yeah. Now we go to the flying machine, which is some people's favorite level, some people's least favorite level.
It's actually my favorite boss fight.
Music. The boss fight is really easy.
Yeah. At least it should be.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's actually a hard level as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage boosting in all 3 of these levels.
Yeah.
You can actually bounce off that second jelly and grab the ladder, but it's really hard to do.
I never got it actually.
And this level introduces the Propeller Jawa, that little green guy. They are incredibly annoying, and we hate them all.
Oh, we hate them so much, especially in low percent. Alone they are not that much dangerous, but when you have more of them, like 2 or 3, you will see 3 of them at some point in the stage. That can be very hard.
I should be jumping off all those corners to save frames. And then I feel bad for these guys because they show up and they're just like, hey, look at our cool boat. And you're like, no, I don't like your cool boat.
Yeah, we won't cycle that shit.
The only blue Jawa in the game.
Yeah. 5 to save the knights, yeah. And by the way, for that mini-boss actually, the bomb that he sent back to him did 1 damage, so it's actually worth to send it back, yeah. And we are skipping the flying dagger, oh my god.
Jawas, please. Jawas, please. Okay. I am keeping splits on my own screen, off screen though.
That RNG is awful, seriously. At some point we thought that the Jawas were... we could manipulate them to see where they goes, and so we could have the same room every time, but they are actually RNG.
We're just human. Like, the low percent strat in that room is incredibly precise anyway, almost as precise as the any percent one.
Well, you don't really have the choice anyway.
Yeah.
But to wait.
And more propeller rats, you thought they were gone.
They're
Again,
still
I have
there.
to just hope they go where I want them to, and they did. Based propeller rat. Do
Oh,
I have
by
to
the way,
save some knights?
Yeah. You have to save some knights? I'm gonna see. Let's see that. Since you get redonation. Yeah, you have to save the knights.
Alright. Have to wait, because messed up strats. It's okay.
This is for saving the knights from Cosmic Dolphin. $5. There we go. And now you are probably going to see the most interesting strat in low percent. I think so, at least. Discover by Muncha, actually.
I messed up the first part, but I still got the quick kill.
You got a quick kill, nice. I will see that. If that doesn't freeze too much.
Yeah, I missed 2 or 3 hits the first one, but it's fine.
But probably should explain how it works, I guess.
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
see, yeah.
So the way this works is, like I said earlier, you can jump cancel by jumping right after you attack. I discovered that you can also, after you push attack, you can hold the opposite direction you're facing and jump, and you'll immediately turn around. And so by doing that, you can do a bunch of hits to Propeller Knight in a row. But in that fight, he flies away after you deal 8 damage, and so you have to try and manipulate him to fly left for it to work. And in order to get him to do that, when you start the second set of 6, you have to wait until the last possible moment before he lunges at you. Otherwise, he will fly to the right.
Yeah. And now it's probably, well, it's my favorite level, the Tower 1. A very good level in low percent as well.
It's a fun level.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, in the next 3 levels, well really the next 2, you'll see stuff from all the previous levels. And they designed it to be a gauntlet of platforming to test everything you have learned.
Yeah.
Also, the rain looks really cool.
It's gonna mess up the stream so much.
Yeah, rip the bitrate.
Oh. Yeah, I hate when it does that in well, it's looking great in on your screen, but on the stream, oh my god.
And then again, rats are random, so I just have to hope. In this room, they can waste up to a minute if they don't give you the right pattern. And I hate rats. He moved at the very last possible second to where I didn't need him to go.
Oh god. That room can. Oh yeah. Oh god.
Oh my god, rats. Stop.
Yeah, that's RNG. You can't do nothing about it. That's sad. That's the sad part of it. It's like, oh, I did a great stage. Oh, and the rats are just like, oh no, nope. You shall not pass.
Well, what's even worse is my amount of health.
We should call them gun rats or something. I don't know.
I call that room Rat Race.
Yeah. I will be back. Have to look for something.
Okie doke. And then right here, I jump to the right to get a bubble to spawn. I might die. Yeah. I died because I was paranoid about where the Chompy would be. Because ideally I'm supposed to kill him, but that time I had to make sure I could make the jump, and everything just went wrong. There we go. And what this does is it skips a cycle of this crusher section. But that being my only other death, I'm acceptable, or that's pretty good. For me anyway. And then Tower 1 also introduces these liquid enemies, the archers and the samurais. Sweet, that jump is really hard, and I'm glad I got it first try. But going up that way doesn't really skip, but it makes that whole room a lot easier. There's a running joke in the community that if you're playing low percent and you collect either of the notes in Tower 1, well really any other notes, but primarily the ones in Tower 1 Crusher or Tower 2 Auto-Scroller, that your run is invalidated because then it's not a 1% run. And this room is supposedly empty, aside from one Jawa that they put there just to spite you. And if you don't know how to manipulate him properly with the right jumps in the right places, he will kill you. But again, Azulag came up with a setup for that. And here's Black Knight, who wants a rematch. This is technically the third time you see Black Knight in the game, but we never see the second fight in the speedrun. It's really hard to stun lock this one, but you can stun lock him for all 20 hits. Like this.
I'm back.
Oh, I guess I should mention I already have the world record for low percent. World record is 48 minutes 30 seconds. And then there's a minute and 11 seconds to save on top of that.
You have world record? Oh my god.
I do.
I didn't know that. Jeez. You are so strong. It's actually a good time. Very good time. Well, he's the only one doing sub 50, so yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'm the only one in the world to beat the game with only the shovel in less than 50 minutes. Exploud is really close. His PB is a 50-34.
Yep. My son of Bez is actually under the world record, but I just can't get a good run. I just like to die in the game, sorry guys. That's how it is.
Slimes. You evil creatures. And right there you can actually delay your pogo to kill the block without killing the slime. Because normally you have to bounce on the slime twice and then break the block, so I saved some time there. Unfortunately, I do have to use this rainbow block
Yeah.
to go through this section. So you can try and find the fastest way to move it.
And what is actually funny is that the Jawas can kill you, guaranteed. Oh, you don't. It's the same thing. You shall not pass again.
Yeah, and never jump
Because-
off the ladder when you start the auto-scroller. Because
Yeah,
if you try and do it
especially.
too early, you'll just fall back down the ladder, and instead of going to the previous room, you die. Nah, I don't want that music. Being a musician myself, a part of me dies every time I skip a music note, but it's whatever. Oh, the only trick in this auto-scroller that exists is that these blocks aren't technically physical objects until they're on the screen. So as you can see right here, I'm standing inside of one.
And I wouldn't suggest you to do that in any percent. Because you have the Conjurer's Armor, you take out the damage more.
Yeah, so if you're low on health in any percent, the
And
rats
if you
or
get hit by
something
a
will kill
rat,
you.
yeah.
Because with the Conjurer's Coat in any percent, well, all the other categories really, you take a half extra damage, so like a single hit becomes a whole heart. Didn't mean to stop for that chicken, but I wanted to do that. Triple food. And boss rush time. The boss rush room is actually slightly smaller than all the other rooms you fight the bosses in. So
And
some
there's
things
no
work
ceiling as
differently.
well.
Yeah, there's no ceiling. So King Knight fight doesn't work the same way.
And you can't quick kill Treasure Knight the same way either if he goes on the ceiling, because he's going way higher
Yeah.
in that room.
Hi, Propeller Knight. Bye, Propeller Knight.
And when you know how to do the strat with Propeller Knight, it's pretty much free food for you. Because
Spectre
it's
Knight.
guaranteed no hits. Better Knight is the hard boss in the boss rush, I think so.
The timing to bounce him back into the corner is a lot faster in Boss Rush,
Yeah.
but you can get up to 10 hits.
The fight can be very fast, but those bounces can be a bit tricky.
Ugh, that was bad. That was a bad fight. It's okay though.
Don't forget to save the knights at the end.
Yeah.
That would be sad to forget. Actually, what you should have said is that I will save one knight for every dollars you give.
Wow, I
Is
missed
it-
both missiles.
Oh,
Okay, there we go.
well, old school strat, I guess. Oh, you were way too much on the right, actually. That's why.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Oh, I fell, because the game didn't read my jump input. Thank you, game.
There's something weird with Shovel Knight. It's not the game, actually. It's more that when you are streaming or I don't know. I guess it's OBS. Not sure though. Sometimes you have a lag and you miss an input. It's weird. And it doesn't happen when you play the game without streaming. So I guess it comes from OBS, I guess. Probably, I don't know. Oh, he didn't went to the thing, hopefully. In low percent, the boss rush is not a run killer, but it's a time killer, really.
Yeah.
Because the RNG of playing Knight and of Treasure Knight put together makes the boss rush.
Yeah, and if you mess up Spectre Knight,
Very inconsistent. And the best at last, I would say, I'm gonna say. Playing Knight had to be last.
it's okay, I beat him.
It's a bit easier to. What is funny with playing Knight, it's actually easy to beat him in the boss rush. Because you have that extra health that's gonna help you a lot. And now we are gonna save the Knights!
Come on, Plague.
When does timing end? When we land the last hit on Enchantress 2.
The last level has 2 bosses. And time ends on, like Xploud said, last hit on the second boss. There's nowhere to go in this room. Oh wait, there we go. The next room will look familiar to Zelda fans. I'm actually surprised this is the only moving block room in the game.
Yeah. The next boss I call that the woman Storm Eagle. You will understand why. Oh, maybe actually, yeah, you will understand why. To explain that fight, you will turn back the two first fireballs, then hit her 3 times.
I missed the pogo. Hold on, I
Ouch.
need serious time for this, because I need to hear
Yeah.
visual cues, or hear audio cues.
Okay. I will explain during E2 out then.
Okay, I messed it up twice, whatever. I'm just gonna do this the safe way. But ideally, you get you use your invulnerability frames to bounce on her 5 times and then hit her with your shovel.
Not easy to do.
Yeah. I have a highlight
Because
of
you-
it on YouTube if anyone wants to see
Yeah.
it done, but
With iframes, you can enter the Enchantress hitboxes, go under the blocks, and pogo her from. I think the most I got was 7 hits,
yeah, you can get 7. It's just really hard.
and it's RNG actually. Depending on how he wants it to move.
Yeah, and Shield Knight jumped over here to this right pillar, so she should do her shield jump over here as well, but sometimes she doesn't, and we're not sure what causes it. And then after
don't
she
think-
takes 8 damage, she will start slamming the ground.
I'm actually guessing
Time.
how close she is to.
51:40 on my timer. Good
That's
estimate
not
time.
bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, then
Microphone
Enchantress
muted.
death cost me like a minute. That's fine.
Microphone activated.
That was Shovel Knight %, guys.
Right.
Oh, does anyone want me to show
Oh.
off the glitch, or should I just call it
Sound
there and not do it
resumed.
since we are behind schedule?
If you we got the donation
Take
for it, so I'd say to
Maybe
show
5
it.
minutes. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I knew we got the ones for the knights.
Yeah. We got
Alright
we got $25, so.
Oh, right.
If you we got the
Microphone
donation
muted.
for it, so I'd say to show
Sound
it.
Oh,
muted.
okay. I wasn't sure. I knew we got the ones for the knights.
Yeah.
All right.
We got $25, so.
Oh, right. So which glitch are you gonna show?
I can. This should work. I'm gonna close the game and reopen it because that's the only way to skip credits.
And since we are working through the ATA time and not the in-game time, even though the in-game time is precise, like 6 or 7 seconds behind the ATA time, ahead of the ATA time, or behind, I don't remember which one.
I missed it. I do not run New Game Plus, as is evident already.
New Game Plus is a fun category to run as well. Not a lot of people are running it.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
wow.
New Game Plus world record is really optimized already,
hmm
and it's under 40 minutes.
I'm gonna check. I think it's 49 something, but I don't remember what.
Anyway, for this glitch, I have to get to the boss, and then the fun starts. Why did it?
I won't see it here. I guess I'm gonna go on Twitch of the guy, Mr. Taiwan.
User left your channel.
And Twitch is. Oh god. I have a lot of issues with Twitch today.
That's the only one I want to see.
Okay. So what I need to do is I need to use this fishing rod on screen transition. There we go, and I'm rooted in place. So normally you fall down and the boss fight starts. But instead I can just leave. Hi, King Knight. If you're wondering if it will follow me, the answer is yes. Give him a moment, though. But the glitch does not end there. Oh no! No, 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 no. Oh, that sucks. He hit me with... That's stupid. Well, I can't do it now. But that's still funny. Basically what's supposed to happen is you fall down the ladder after you kill King Knight, and then normally the game gives you a double KO. And in that situation it always gives Shovel Knight the win. But if you fall down below this room, you fall underneath the level, and the game doesn't know what to do. So the music stops playing, and you can actually walk under the level and zip all the way back to the first room of the level. But unfortunately, King Knight did his slam, and I was on the ground, and when he does that, it makes Shovel Knight paralyzed for a few seconds for some stupid reason. Anyway, at least I got to show off part of the glitch. So, thank you for having me, and I will see you guys later.
Sound resumed. Microphone activated.